Hi, everyone, and welcome back to school. I am so happy to be back in school with each and every one of you. I know school looks very different this year, but that's okay. I have missed working with each and every one of you, and I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you this year. So I want to tell you a little bit about me and about myself. Again, my name is Ms. Cox, in case you didn't catch that before. This is my 4th year teaching in Siloam Springs. I teach English 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on campus, I'm going to be teaching computer science as well. I have a master's in teaching from JBU. I have 3 very energetic boys. My oldest is 20, and then I have a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old. I also have 4 dogs, 4 cats, 1 horse, and about 50 cows. When I'm not in school, I'm usually running around to football practice and Boy Scout meetings or working on our farm and things like that. So I've got a busy life outside of school as well, but I've always like to talk about my family. So if you always want to get me off track, that's a good way to get me off track. We always enjoy going camping and traveling, and we try to volunteer at the animal shelter when they let us and things like that. Right now we can't because of COVID and all that good stuff, but hopefully soon we'll be able to get back to it and do all those things that we enjoy doing together. So I wanted to go over with you a little bit about some of the expectations that we have this year in our classes, with everything being so different and not being in a actual traditional classroom. It's going to look a little bit different, and things are going to flow a little bit differently. So I just want to kind of go through that with you a little bit. We've just got to keep things together and kind of stay on track. It just helps your learning and it helps my teaching be its best. So we will have Zoom sessions. These Zoom sessions will be held often. And what I ask of you is that, as I am aware that these classes are available on your own time, I do encourage you to participate in as many of these as you are able. I will make sure that you get all the information that's covered if you do miss it. However, it's a lot more fun teaching whenever you guys are there, and I'm able to have discussions and have you all involved. And I guarantee you that you will not be the only one that has questions. Everyone else will have the same questions or similar questions. And so it's always good for us to be there together and talk about those things together and see how we can work through similar issues as a team, because all classes should be able to work together. Also, I do want to let you know that I know that you all are working from home. I'm in my classroom, but you all are at home. And even though you are at home, the Siloam Springs Virtual Academy does require you to follow a dress code. You have to be dressed whenever you are on a Zoom session. You cannot show up in a bathing suit, or guys, you have to have shirts on. You've got to be school appropriate dressed, okay? So show up ready to go, ready to learn, and things like that. You are not alone. People can see you. We want to see you. We want to talk to you. We want to see your face, and we want to be involved with you and everything. So make sure that you are dressed and ready to go for your day. We will have some assessments that we will have to do, in which you will be on Zoom to do those. Those are required sessions. I will try to schedule a few of those to where you can choose which ones you can attend, and just pick which one is available with your schedule, and you can get on one of those. Hopefully we can work something out. If we can't, then we will work around your schedule and try our best to accommodate you. Just let me know beforehand, communicate with me, and make sure that I am aware of everything that you're struggling with, or schedule conflicts that you're having in regards to getting on Zoom during the times that we have scheduled for these assessments. Communication is the key, which is the next thing that I want to talk to you about. Communication. I cannot stress this to you enough. Because I will not see you in class, or because I will not see you on a daily basis. I mean, even in the hallways and things like that. I've always been able to stop students in the hallway and say, hey, did you get that paper done? Or did you get that assignment turned in? Or, things like that. I'm not able to do that with you now because I'm not seeing you in that sense. So it is a required thing that you have got to communicate with me on a regular basis. No less than twice a week am I going to hear from you. Okay. You have to be able to touch base with me, whether that's through assignments, whether that's through emails, whether that's me seeing you log into Summit or Classroom, or you texting me through Remind, you logging into a Zoom call. It could be anything that you have. This as long as I am somehow seeing you do work, communicating with me somehow, so that I know that you are doing your work, participating in class, and that you are here and present in school. Okay, that's also how we take our attendance as well. So if I don't see you for a while in class, I'm going to be, emailing home, calling home, trying to figure out where you're at. I do email parents and guardians, but I don't want to do that at first. What I want to do is I want to work that out with students, because you are old enough to be able to be responsible for your own work. And I think that's important for you to take on that responsibility. So, but I will, if I need to, I will contact your parents and I will contact your guardians to find out where you're at or what I can do to help you if I need to. So you've got to touch base with me on a regular basis so that I know what's going on. And if you are going to be out of contact with me for a while, I need you to touch base as well. It's really, just like I said, I cannot stress this to you enough. It is really important that we stay in contact with each other. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, just email me. Email and Remind are going to be the two best ways to get in touch with me, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. So we have some platforms that we're going to use. I emailed you this past weekend, about some platforms that we're using in our virtual classes. So we have three platforms, electronic versions. We have Summit. Summit is going to be where all of your big class assignments are going to be. So that is where you're going to have your big unit projects and your checkpoints for each unit that we do in class. These are going to be where your essays are going to be held, where your a lot of PowerPoint slides for the big things that you're going to be doing in class are going to be held. You will need to work on that and you will not be able to move on to the next section in that unit until your checkpoints are complete and I pass you to that next section. So it's important that you get those done. Next time we talk and next time we meet, I will have a live tutorial set up to where we can go through Summit together and work through kind of what it's going to look like on your end and see how you will navigate through Summit and how you will complete focus areas and projects and things like that, and how I want you to get through that. But for now, you should be able to get into it with the codes I sent you over the weekend. If you have any issues with that, please let me know. We will also be using Google Classroom. Google Classroom, I hope that all of you are familiar with that from last year. We will be using this on a daily basis as well. These will be for smaller assignments like our vocabulary and grammar work that we do each day. And we will also be sending out communication about assignments that are coming up, assignments that are due. This will also be a weekly communication to parents should they want to sign up for this weekly communication. It will send out assignments updates, whether or not students have completed assignments and things like that. Students on your end, you're going to have to click submit. You're going to have to click done. You're going to have to click these buttons to make sure that you have them done so that I can go through and, hey, did you finish this? Did you do this? Things like that. Again, that's kind of part of your communication. That's part of your attendance and things like that. So those are things that you're going to have to get used to doing a little bit differently than you've done in the past. You've got to make sure that you hit those buttons and get things turned in. But these are the two major things that we will be using every single day that we have class. We will also be using Remind. Remind is a text-based program, and it is a communication tool that we use for quick updates and things like that. It comes out on your phone. And for those of you that are not familiar with it, and this is something that I've used for students in the past, like if we have quick little things that I need to send you, so something comes up that maybe I have forgotten to tell you in class, like during a live Zoom conference or something like that, that I said, oh, shoot, I should have told my students that, and I forgot. And because it happens, I'm human and I forget to tell you something. I will send it out through a Remind. If I have a parent-teacher conference coming up, I'll send something out to parents and let them know that parent-teacher conferences are coming up. Just things like that, just to remind people that there are, things are happening, and just to let you know. And it's a good tool to have. So I do. These are 3 things that are required for every student to have. Now, like I said, these are the electronic platforms that I require for you to have. I do require you to have one non-electronic platform, a notebook, pen, or pencil. I want you to have a notebook, pen, or pencil for my class, period. You need to have something to write with. This is English. I know that you have a Chromebook. I know you have Google Docs. I know a lot of people like to take notes and things like that on paper, on the Google Docs. But it's very, very important that you have a notebook to write on using pen or pencil. Okay. There are some things that we're going to do that require you to write some stuff down. So I want you to have that. Again, just make sure that you have these things, and writing things down helps you more than you know. Okay, so my contact information, my email address is coxch@gosiloam.com. My phone number is 479-524-5134. My extension is 50350. My office hours on A days will be 2:10 to 3:10, and my office hours on B days will be 11:30 to 12:30. The reason that I have the A days and B days there is because I have to operate on A day and B day schedules because I do have live classes at the high school. So I will have A day and B day schedules set up. Those of you who are not familiar with that, it means that one class, we will have hours 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be A days. 5, 6, 7, and 8 are B days. 1, 2, 3, and 4 A days. 5, 6, 7, and 8 are B days. There may be times we can go back and forth a little bit. We can vary times and days, such as I may have like everyone who is in English 1 talk to me in the morning on an A day from 8 o'clock to 8, or from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Everyone who's in English 2, talk to me. So there may be things that we may vary a little bit here and there. But for the most part, that's going to be the schedule. So keep that in mind as we move forward. And please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions. Like I said, the best way to get in touch with me is going to be through email or Remind. Those are the 2 things that will catch me no matter where I'm at. However, the best ways to get a hold of me are going to be during the school days. I can't after 4 o'clock. I can't promise you that I can answer quickly, but I will do my very best to get in touch with you as soon as possible with any questions or concerns that you may have. If there's anything I can do for you all, please let me know. I will send out a Zoom session link for our next time and our next meeting. I hope to see you all soon, and I look forward to meeting you all and seeing you all very soon in person as much as we possibly can. Have a great day.